Hello, happy Sunday. I hope everyone's having a good day. Going off topic, I hope people were watching the fight last night. The Manny Pacquiao versus Tim Bradley fight was a good fight last night. Um, so this video, I want to talk about 64-bit versus 32-bit. What's the difference between 64-bit? What's the difference between the 32-bit operating system? So, going off topic a little bit. I'm gonna go back to the topic. So basically, the reason why I have it set up this way is I want to show you what kind of operating system I have. So in order for you to find out what operating system you have to go to your start menu. You go to the computer, right click, go to properties. So you see here I have 8 gigs of RAM. System type is a 64-bit operating system. And if you go to your computer and you see a 32-bit operating system, you know, there's two different ones. There's 32-bit and there's 64-bit. So it's like, what does that mean? So if you have a 32-bit operating system, depending on what kind of Windows you're running, you can only put up to 4 gigs of RAM if it's a 32-bit operating system. 4 gigs or less. If it's a 64-bit operating system, you could put 4 gigs of RAM up to more. So some people, they would try to put more memory on a computer that is only running up to 4 gigs of RAM because it's a 32-bit operating system. So that's the difference between 64-bit and a 32-bit operating system. Now going into this topic, there's also on your computer you have something called compatibility mode, which is something really cool because you can run programs. If you right click, go to properties, and you go to compatibility mode, you can run a program going back to Vista or going back to XP or going back to Windows 2000 or Windows 95. If that program cannot run on Windows 7 because it's a program that you're trying to run on Windows 7, but it's only been used on XP, you could do compatibility mode in order for you to run it. So that's basically what I wanted to show you. Then there's something else. When you download a program, it'll give you like this. I'll show you like an example. When you download a program, let me give you an example. WinZip. Let's download WinZip, right? Or actually, let's do WinRAR. It's much better. All right. So when you download a program, you have x64 and x86. So x64 is a 64-bit operating system and x86 is a 32-bit operating system. So you have to know which one you're trying to run. Sometimes you'll get like an error that says it's incompatible. It's because you're running the wrong program for the wrong bit version, which is very important if you're trying to run a program at 64-bit and 32-bit. So you have to run the one that's 64-bit if you have a 64-bit computer. If you have a 32-bit computer, you have to run 32-bit version. So that's what that is. So going back on topic, 64-bit is 4 gigs of RAM or more. 32-bit is 4 gigs of RAM or less. Nowadays, your cell phones, your tablets, your computers, they're all running 64-bit. Some of the older computers run 32-bit. So you have to look at, if you have a 64-bit operating system, you have to look at if you could run more memory, more RAM on it. You have to check to see if it's compatible. You have to see if it's able to run more memory and things of that nature. So if you have a 64-bit operating system and you have 4 gigs of RAM and you're trying to add more memory to it, real easy, real simple. Real easy, real simple. If you want more memory, go to google.com. You go to Crucial. You have this thing called Crucial, which is kind of cool, which is really cool. I'm going to go over this, and basically you download the scanner. So when you download the scanner, right? You download it. I think I ran it twice actually. So when you download the scanner, you run it. It's not a virus. You run the scanner. And basically, it scans your computer, your laptop, whatever you have, your computer, your laptop. This is if you have a Windows, Microsoft, computer or laptop. Basically, it scans your whole hardware on your computer, and then when it does that, it basically tells you how much memory you could upgrade this computer to. So, you know, I have 4, so it tells me right here, maximum memory is 16 gigs of RAM. I could run 8 gigs of RAM. It already has 8 gigs of RAM. I could run an extra slot of 8 gigs of RAM more. It tells you, it gives you recommendations. You have crucial, more memory. You could put a solid state drive if you want to, and you know, it gives you like an basically it gives you what upgrades you could do on your computer. You could add more memory and put a solid state drive. You could add more RAM, and then from here you could actually log in as a guest user, and you could actually purchase the memory or the RAM that you're trying to purchase, which is it's a cool program. It's absolutely free, and it tells you up to how much memory you can run on your computer. If you have a computer that's really slow, and for some reason it's really slow and it's not running the way it's supposed to run, the best upgrade you could do is put a solid state drive and you put memory on it, put extra memory on it. So if it has 1 gig of RAM, put 4 gigs of RAM, or if you have 2 gigs of RAM, put 4 gigs of RAM. If it has 4 gigs of RAM, put 8 gigs of RAM. So you basically add more memory and you put a solid state drive on it, and it will run real fast after that. So that's a recommendation. So this is talking into 64-bit and 32-bit, and this is how you know if you could upgrade the memory. Another way you could tell if you could upgrade the memory of a computer is if you go to the start menu, you type MSInfo32, press enter. And over here, as you can see, I have 8 gigs of RAM, install physical memory, 8 gigs of RAM. Total virtual memory, which is how much I could actually put, would be 16 gigs of RAM. So I could add 16 gigs of RAM on this computer. And that's another way if you want to know if you want to add more, if you're trying to add more memory on a computer and stuff like that. So anyway, that concludes my video. Rate, comment, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Give me a thumbs down if you don't like the video. Give me a like. Greatly appreciate it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys have a good day. Happy Sunday, and have a good one. Bye now.